My humble pranams to all the divine, immortal souls and beautiful souls who have joined me today. So today is our lesson number 4, and for the past 2 weeks we have been discussing on the subconscious mind and the chalice. For those people who are new to this session, let me explain what is conscious and unconscious mind and how the subconscious mind work. Okay. So, in our daily life, Torkum Saradarian said only 80%, only 20% of the whole population is conscious. The other 80% is sleeping. He says sleeping, Even Osho says most of us are still sleeping. So the 80% of people are actually working on what you call is mobilized by their subconscious mind. Whereas the 20% of people are the person who are conscious of what they are doing. Okay, what is conscious and what is unconscious? Conscious is, for example, I'm talking today, you are listening to me, okay? You can hear what I'm saying, and then you can see my slide. That is conscious. Unconscious is the thing that is happening around you. So unconscious thing will get registered in our subconscious mind. Okay, mind, according to Thorkham Saradarian, has two. I don't visualize these two. Okay, he says one is unconscious mind, one is conscious mind. Conscious mind is the one that takes all the positive information, that is the goodness, beauty, freedom, joy, and all those things. It takes into the chalice. Okay, the conscious mind is called chalice, and the subconscious mind is actually, according to Thorkham Saradarian, he said it is more like a rubbish bin. It will take all the negative thoughts. Okay, so what are the negative thoughts? We have already discussed this: fear, anger, hatred, jealousy, revenge, slander, malice. All these things are the one when you are going through this, when you're going through fear, going through anger and hatred, all these things get embedded into your subconscious mind. And there are good things in subconscious mind too. Unfortunately, because the negative energy is so much, it overpowers the good things. Okay. So as long as your subconscious mind is not cleared, we cannot tap into the chalice, or the positive energy, and to have a good life. Okay, so far you all understand what I'm saying? Emoji or say anything. Okay, thank you, ma'am. So now let's go back to the lesson.
So, Akka Tilaka, you mean to say subconscious mind should be completely cleared? Then only you can observe the good things or
Yes,
conscious mind.
yes, my dear, that's what Torkam is saying.
Okay.
Okay, and there was a question by somebody. Okay, most of the time we actually do a lot of work with our subconscious mind. For example, driving, brushing the teeth, showering, all those things. So the thing is, what the if you read the Dawson Church book on mind to matter, we our brain is already functioned uh, to to act automatically. Okay, there's a lot of things that we do automatically. You see, we breathe naturally, the blood in our system goes automatically, everything goes like that. So it's nothing to I cannot say that subconscious mind is the one directing everything. Brain also has function. So subconscious mind, we are looking at the possibilities, not possibilities. We are looking at subconscious mind. Is it something that attract? No, it's not attract. Subconscious mind is the one that is um, actually what will I say? The right word I'm looking is a place where every unwanted thoughts are dumped inside it. Okay, so don't get confused. I will, as we go through the book, I will explain to you the um, exact what do you call exact nature of the subconscious mind. So last 2 weeks we've been talking about what last week we talked about goodness, so how goodness will help to clear the subconscious mind. So this week what I would like to tell you is, do not see spirituality and living as two different things. Spirituality and living is actually the same thing. For example, when I have a dharmic life, that means I am doing good, I am very righteous, I'm using righteousness, I'm using my conscience, and all those things in my life, that is actually spirituality. And how do I apply spirituality in my life? For example, if I'm righteous, that means I will choose to do good things to others and to myself. If I will talk the truth. I will not lie. I will not steal. I will not hurt anybody. I will not murder anyone. So all those things are goodness in your body, in yourself. So these are the goodness that you are living, and it's part of spirituality. So spirituality and living a life is actually the same. So do not see it as a separate thing. So far, so good. There was somebody who was I would like to share some story. The other day, somebody said, my parents don't like me being in spirituality. Then I asked her, would your parents like you to be a murderer or a thief? Because if you are not living rightfully in a spirituality, this is what you would be. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Can you see the difference? Yes, no? Okay, I assume everybody understand what I'm trying to say, yeah? Okay, now let's go to the lessons proper. The threefold subconscious and the contents of the subconscious mind by Thorkum Saradarian. So Thorkum says that there are 16 elements that goes into the subconscious mind. That's what we are going to look at today. Before we go that, and he says that our spiritual body, our body consists of all these things. This is physical body, that means you can touch. Etheric body that you cannot see, but it's the energy around you. Astral body is here. Emotional body, mental body, and I think in spirituality they say there are about 7 bodies. Okay, they are not interested in the 7 bodies today. Now we are looking at these 3 bodies. He says whatever that subconscious, whatever thing that goes into the subconscious mind, it's going to affect our mental body, our emotional body, and our physical body. Okay, emotional body, and our physical body. That's what Thorkum says. Okay, and each of the body have their own subconscious mind, and they do not mix at different at all. They all function on a different way. Okay, so he says the moment that one person goes like he's only conscious 25%, the subconscious mind will take over his whole action. So all these things will actually create, okay, the 16 elements that I was telling you about, we will look at it in it. We'll look in a deeper context later, but these are the one that makes the what do you call the major part of your subconscious mind. Okay, so these are the things that is going to create a web of a web of chaos, they call it, no? Web of chaos in your body. So when these things are into your subconscious body, what happens is you are not living a proper life. All your thoughts, you cannot think properly, you cannot act properly, you just follow the tide. You are like any other human being, we just follow everything. We don't understand why it's happening, we are complaining about it. We will see, and then there will be a lot of challenges in our life, and then there'll be a lot of emotional imbalance in our life. There'll be physical diseases in our body, all those things. So why are we learning about subconscious mind? The moment we learn of subconscious mind, we will understand, okay, these are the things that is affecting my subconscious mind. I should take precaution so that it doesn't affect me. Even these things affect me, I should use my logical mind to think. The moment I use my logical mind to questions, okay, why is this happening in my life? Why am I not leading a good life? Why is my relationship going, everything is going haywire? Why am I fighting with my children? Why am I fighting with my husband? If you start asking all those questions, your logical mind is thinking. When your logical mind is thinking, the subconscious mind, it just all the when the logical mind started thinking, the things in the subconscious mind will disappear one by one. Just remember that. So it's very, very important for us to use the um, the logical mind. So Storkham says subconscious mind is like a diskette, So the 16 element that we are going to talk about later is actually downloading and saving information into the diskette. But the moment you start using your logical mind, one by one will get erased from the diskette. So the moment everything get erased, there will be some kind of changes in your life. Definitely you can see changes in your life. Your life will become better. The way you think becomes different, and a lot of things will happen. That we will talk about it in the next sections. Okay, now let's look at the next one. Say, as I said, when you look at every experience is threefold experience. So one element, for example, if you are if you have fear, it's not only going to affect your physical body, it's also going to affect your mental body and emotional body. The fear becomes an emotion. Okay, the fear becomes a physical. For example, the moment you are going through fear, what happens? You start shivering, isn't it? You get stuck. You cannot do anything. So your physical body become frozen, and then your mental body, it becomes cannot think, and the physical emotional body, you can actually feel some kind of what do you call it? Some kind of feeling the fear. You can actually feel the fear. So this is just an example that I'm giving you. So the experience get impressed simultaneously at all three subconsciousness, but they do not interfere with each other, just as I told you earlier. This is why when one advances, he has more difficulties to face and he stronger powers to fight against. So the post last week we were talking about how we learn about the goodness and we practice goodness in our life. So we advance spiritually. We advance our our mind is progressing. So when your mind progressing, what happens is we might find a lot of challenges coming into our life. That's why every time the meditators will say, the moment I start meditating, I started to feel a lot of tension, a lot of pressure, a lot of challenges coming into my life. At the same time, through meditation and through the clarity of wisdom from the books and through wisdom of sharing experiences, he gets ideas on how he can get over all these challenges. Okay. And Thorkham says harmlessness is the key to astral purification. If you do not harm anybody in this world, okay, harmlessness means what? That means ahimsa. You don't harm yourself, you don't harm the plant, sorry, uh, and all the other beings, okay, other beings, animals, and all those things. If you do not even think about harming a friend or harming anybody in your family, so this will actually stop you. This will actually encourage in some degree, it will help your physical subconscious as well. Okay, and the most important thing that he says is when you do regular rhythmic and persistent meditation. That what he's trying to say is, please, please, please do meditation. Only when you do meditation, you get to burn the the storages that you are keeping in your subconscious mind. So far, so good. Anyone? So far, anyone has any question at this level? Okay. If no, then let's look at the second one. Subconsciousness are reactivated by similarity of events. For example, and they are part of the memory system of man. And memory can reactivate the elements of these storages. For example, I give you an example here. There was a child, he is not good in mathematics. No matter where he goes, he cannot. He's very good in other subject, but mathematics, he gets stuck. So Thorpen was doing a research on him, and he asked him a lot of questions, probing and probing and probing. And the moment there was a situation when he found out what is the cause of the child's, why the child is not able to do mathematics. So the child says, whenever whenever my father get angry with me, whenever my father punishes me, he will take the cane and he will beat me. So when he beats me, he will count 1, 2, 3, that kind of thing. So that thing has impressed in his subconscious mind, and that fear has actually stopped him from exploring mathematics. So when you understand, the moment he talked about it, then moment that you are using logical mind. Okay, this is something that happened when I was a child. I think the student is actually a young adult now. Okay, so this is what happened in my child. This is what my father did. So I've suppressed everything in my subconscious mind, and now I am releasing it. The moment he releases it, then he started getting good marks and doing well in his mathematics. Okay. Another thing is what we have to understand is nature is a very protective of the human soul. You will not get all kind of problem at one time, Nature will give you things that you can handle. It will never overpower you and push you uh, to uh, to push you to defeat yourself or push you to commit suicide or something like that. It will never do. Even like karma also, little by little, the nature, it's so intelligent. It will only give us problem that we can accept, are able to go through. Okay, nothing difficult, or like, sometimes you will say, you will get one problem, but something else will happen and it will take over. Some, தலைக்கு வந்தது தலைப்பாகோட முடிஞ்சதுன்னு சொல்லுவாங்க in Tamil, so you can actually feel that in your life. So whatever challenges that you are facing, remember that you will not be defeated by that, because nature is such a compassionate thing. The universe is such a compassionate thing. And they said God is ever loving. We always say it's right. God or the universe or supreme intelligence, ever loving. Nobody is testing you. Or only your own karma, dharma is the one testing you. Is the one we are paying through for whatever we have done. So subconscious mind, remember, it's actually everything we have encountered for the past, from the past reincarnation. When it happens, when the mind started to work, there was a certain time when the mind started to work, that's when all the subconscious mind, uh, I won't say subconscious, what are things that is embedded in the subconscious mind will start coming little by little. And as we go through, we with our logical mind will clear everything. Okay. So the subconscious mind begins to form after birth when the recordings in the permanent atoms are heavily stimulated. How is it heavily stimulated? By what is happening in our lifetime. Okay. some of us will realize that we will have a wonderful childhood. So, and then suddenly in the young adult time, something happens. That's when everything comes out. So in my situation, I did not have a good childhood. So it got stimulated in childhood itself. Okay, so for different people, different time. It all depends. So whatever you want to see, today's discussion we were discussing whatever is happening to you in your life. Go back to your from childbirth until now. What are the things that you are going through? So from there you can actually see what kind of karma we are going through. Okay. So now going back to subconscious mind, the next one would be, as I said, there are 16 elements that goes directly into the subconscious mind. Okay, I talked about fear already. Okay, so fear is different kind. There's fear of death, fear of defeat, fear of politics, economic condition, you know, fear of sexual violations, fear collected from a past relationship, fear of insecurity, fear of the unknown. The moment we have fear, our subconscious mind is ready to absorb whatever that we are feeling. So anger is another element which we lose our beauty and equilibrium and try to impose ourselves on others. So anger, how do we react when we started shouting at people, we started throwing things at others, you know? So all those things uh, will go into our subconscious mind. Hatred could be based on racism, fanatism, religious intolerance, idealism. Some people will say, "Oh no, this guru is better, that guru is better," because of the idealism that they carry. Okay, so ultimately everything is the same. We go to the path may be different, but the goal is one. On jealousy or hurt feelings on the ego. So these are the hatred that we can find. The reason I'm sharing all these things is for you to understand when your subconscious mind is being affected. So when we understand, okay, these are the elements where my subconscious mind is affected. So you can be on alert, and then you will know how to handle it. Okay, jealousy is based on inferiority complex because of the progress of others and the beauty of others. Okay, this is something that we really have to let go. And how do you let go? What you do is you openly tell them. If somebody says, I'm going to open a business. Oh yeah, here this is one story that I want to share. One of the masters was sharing that he was opening an ice cream parlor, and he invited his uncle come to the opening ceremony. When the uncle saw, he felt that there was a tinge of jealousy in voice. He said, "Oh yeah, doing ice cream parlor. Uh, 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 the ice cream all will melt." When he said that, what happened was, so this guy went for an expo, and in that expo, they accidentally off the electricity, and everything, all the ice cream that he had all melted. You see that word, when he said it's going to melt, it kind of melted here. So jealousy is, it could be based on you are not happy with the progress of others. So whenever people tell you that I'm opening a shop, open your mouth and say, I'm so happy for you, I'm so happy for you, even though you don't feel like that. But say that, I'm so happy for you, I'm so happy to see you, I wish you all the success, with your and slowly, when you start saying this in slowly, it will be embedded in your heart, and then you will actually will bless other people. I won't say bless, you will actually wish the people good things. And recently there was one lady said, I am taking a career, a different path, and I just say, I'm so happy to hear that you're changing your career, wish you all the best. You know what she told me? She said, Akka, I'm so happy to hear your words. You know, so these are the things that we have to create in our life. So goodness is something we have to create in our life. The moment you say that, Your subconscious mind, my subconscious mind is being cleared. Okay. So revenge is based on past act on others assumed to be destructive. Revenge is something because when you have so much of anger, you will take revenge on other people. This is something very serious. It will affect us in terms of karma. Okay. Slander is based on jealousy, revenge, and inferiority complex. Slander is talking bad about other people. Malice is based on our ill thoughts and negative emotion. It's all similar only. All these are negative thoughts. Okay, it just have different words. Treason is mostly based on greed. Okay, let's say this one you can also actually watch in the movie. The brother will be the king. The younger brother wants to take control of the throne, so he will complot with other people, and then take over his throne. So that is called treason. Okay. Vanity is based on ignorant mental blockages and absence of reality about thoughts. So all these things are actually negative thoughts. Okay. It's, as Thorkham says, it's based on our ignorance. Okay. And here, Thorkham says about habit. Habits are formed through those circuits in our subconscious mind, which forces to repeat certain patterns of behavior. And the habit is like, drinking early morning, I must have my coffee. Early morning, I must have tea. And once a week, I must have my ice cream. These are the habits. Some of the habits are good. For example, that you go for a walk, you go for a swim, you know, anything that help you to take care of your health, take care of the goodness of the body, discipline you, that is good. But anything that is destructive, he says it's not good. Okay. And then greed is a sign of not being in contact with oneself and being trapped in separation and fear. So greed, there was a saying that says the entire universe can provide for the entire population of the earth. Because of greed, that you see famine and hunger. Okay, because when there's a greed, that one person will start controlling the power, controlling the wealth, controlling the nation. The rest of the people will be suffering in poverty. Okay. Self-interest is the result of evolutionary retardation. Self-interest is thinking, it's basically something similar, self-interest is thinking about yourself only. Okay. Whereas in goodness, we have to be selfless. That means we have to think about other people. And superiority is a lack of intuitive perception. Okay, I'm the superior. I must take care of everyone. No, sorry. I must take care of myself. Everybody must respect me. Everybody must listen to me. That is superiority. Okay. So it will crystallize thought forms of ourselves. So this is actually a very bad thing. So negative imagination is the result of the release of painful recordings in our subconscious mind. Sometimes when we have a lot of this embedded negative energy in our subconscious mind, one day it will just come out, and then that thought will be against goodness, righteousness, joy, freedom, health, and happiness. Okay. And excess sexual urges, that you'll know, because of the everything is available on the net now. So, and there are people who cannot control. So these are things are very bad, because excess sexual urges is the one that is causing a lot of problem. Human trafficking is happening, prostitution is happening, child pornography, child prostitution, everything is happening because of this excess sexual urges. Okay, subliminal recordings are increasing daily in our subconscious mind. Subliminal recording, what he is telling is about, advertisement that we see on TV. Thorkham says, he gave a very good example in the book. He says, there was a movie that was going on, and they had two stalls. One stall selling Pepsi, another stall selling Coca-Cola. But the sale of Coca-Cola is always less than the sale of Pepsi. So what the Coca-Cola's marketing agents or research team did was they asked the people to go and sit down and watch the movie and find out why the sale of the Coca-Cola is less than Pepsi. So first time they said, they came out, they said, no, I didn't see anything. Second time they said, this came out, they didn't see anything. The third time they say there was a screen, and in the screen will be written, drink Pepsi in a very small letters, it seems. The first time they didn't catch, second time they didn't catch, the third time they catch. So drink Pepsi. So when the interval came, everybody went to the Pepsi counter. So you see, this is called subliminal recordings. So how to clear the subconscious? We know there are 16 elements. I didn't go through the slides because I've already covered it. Okay. There are 16 elements, and we have found, okay, these are the reason that is causing the the what do you call the these are sorry, let me rephrase it. These are the 16 elements that goes into our subconscious mind. So now how do I clear the subconscious mind? The Thorcom says we have to detach ourselves from the situation and observe the effects of the subconscious mind. For example, that you are going through, now you are going through, let's say in your daily life, there's always some kind of chaos going. Okay, let me take an example. Anger. Okay, this morning you got up, and then you saw something, you got angry, and then somebody came and talked to you, you got angry. So he said, when this emotion or this feeling that you are having, what you have to do, you have to detach yourself like a third person. You just stand outside and you look at, for example, I'm looking at myself, I'm looking at Tila. Okay, so I am detaching myself, I'm looking at Tila as a person, and I'm telling, okay, why is she getting angry? What is the reason she's getting angry? And then I'm looking at this Tila person. What did she do in the morning? Okay, why go she was some why this person said something and why she got angry. So I'm analyzing everything. That is called observation. Okay, as a third person, that you can do. Okay, and when you do the observation, you can find the answer. At the same time, myself as Tila, I'm sitting down in my meditation, I'm thinking, what irritated, why did I get angry today? Why this person made me angry? So I'm looking into myself and said, okay, did I get at the wrong side of the bed? Or did I say something, did I see something that made me angry? Or did my husband snoring made me angry? These kind of things, you have to go and analyze yourself, self-introspection, contemplation, observation. Start doing all those things. When you start doing all these things, you will understand. And then you will actually clear the subconscious mind. So then we can experience that the gradual increase of our viewpoints contribute to our success, happiness, and knowledge. Okay, here what he's saying is viewpoints, meaning be open. Open your mind to other kind of knowledge. When you understand, when you read a lot of books, when you listen to other people's experiences in in your daily life, just be open to receive the information. So all these things will help you to clear the subconscious mind. So what happens when you clear the subconscious mind? What are the benefits of clearing the elements of the subconscious mind? There are many benefits. Here, we can eliminate all those factors which create confusion and disturbance in our thinking. Okay, this is the very important thing. That's why you see the people who meditate, the way they talk, the way they think are quite different from the normal people. So one will be able to think and see clearly that the problems and find exact solution. For example, when I'm looking at self-introspection, contemplation, when I do all these things, and actually I could actually see what is the problem, and I can actually find the solution. One will know himself better and come in contact with his essence. That means Now I know I'm Tila, I'm a soul, I'm a divine, immortal being. I have the capacity to do a lot of things. I'm creative, I'm independent, I am, I have no fear. So, all these things, one person, that person will know about himself. Most important thing, he will know this very divine soul. And one can eliminate all seeds of future disease. Okay, as we all say that when you start clearing your emotions, when you start understanding that you're a divine being, and when you start doing meditation, it will help you to keep you healthy. Okay, you become very disciplined, you take care of yourself, you take in terms of goodness, you are disciplined, doing your exercise, taking the right food, having the right thoughts, um, not watching too much of TV. Oh yeah, watching too much of TV also will do a lot of damage to the subconscious mind. That one we talk about it later. Okay, and one will no longer feel like a slave in the hands of subconscious element. As we talked earlier, 25%. If you are only conscious 25%, the 75% of things in your subconscious mind will control you. And that's the time that you become the slave. So now I'm clearing everything. I control my own thoughts, my own emotion, my own feelings. Okay. And I will be able to contact, he or one will be able to contact higher state of consciousness. That's where the intuition comes in, you know who you truly are. And you know that you're a divine immortal being, and you will know how to love the life that you are having. You will see everything as beautiful. You will see everybody in your life as part of you. That's where you start seeing oneness. And there's a lot of, remember, there's only one thing that is in this earth is friendship. There's no relationship. There's no, in the outer world or the higher realms, there's no mother, daughter, husband, wife, nothing. It's all friendship. We are all friends. So you can start seeing oneness, goodness, freedom, joy, health, and happiness. So with that, thank you everyone. We will